Hello everybody, my name is Tala Sahibeh. I just wanted to share that this declamation was not meant to be a declamation. I wrote this as a way of making sense of these political tensions that are around us, especially as a Jordanian teenager. Thank you. It gets to me. Even when I think I'm over it, even when I thought I defeated it, it gets to me. It lurks in the shadows, hides in the crevices, waits in places I cannot see. I can still taste its bitterness till now. It gets to me when I look at her, small, innocent, smiling wide, not knowing what's coming. The problem is what we see but don't acknowledge. The problem is that phrase that we're accustomed to hearing. Life is unfair. February 9th, 2017. Dear Diary, today a boy kept bothering me. I asked him to stop, but he wouldn't listen. I told the teacher she didn't do anything about it. That was me at 7. And as a result, I never learned how to defend myself. I learned to stay silent, to ignore what bothered me, to laugh at jokes that weren't funny. June 9th, 2019. Dear Diary, today an adult talked to me in a way that I didn't like. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't. I think if I said something, it would have been disrespectful. That was me at 10. I never learned how to demand respect or to ask for fairness. Instead, I learned to tolerate disrespect, to be okay with it, because it came from elders. And when I look back at these moments now, I recognize a pattern. Different years, different people, different ages, sure, but the same lesson. At 7, I was taught silence, and at 10, silence became expected. And suddenly, it's not about the boy, it's not about the teacher, it's not about the whole situation. It's about something much bigger. Injustice, normalized, tolerated, left unanswered. That teacher that remained silent, and that adult who hid behind authority, and me, waiting for someone to step in, waiting for someone to acknowledge that this isn't right. And so I kept on writing, page after page, with paper, ink, and hope, but no one did, and eventually I stopped because of broken expectations and constant disappointment. And now, as I look back at these moments, and I recognize the pattern, I realize that there's way too much more to this. Recently, I went to one of my teachers to ask for feedback on something, or on a competition that I didn't win. He sat, paused for a moment, and thought back. The results were close, he said. Very close, just not close enough. I nodded, I understood that. But then he continued and added almost casually, the head judge qualified another girl anyway. I looked at him, confused. What do you mean? She didn't win, he said. But he believed in her. There was a small pause before he said it. It's unfair. And suddenly, I was 7 again, and time around me seemed to pause. The words that I learned, accountability, justice, boundaries, and I taught myself to say in situations like this, rose up my throat but couldn't leave. And that familiar, bitter taste returned. Not because it was unfair, but because someone I trusted and loved recognized the injustice and chose to stay silent. Injustice isn't an act of unfairness that we do. It is the silence that we choose. So remember this. If you're a woman here, sitting here, remember that someone before you spoke up for your rights. And if you're a Muslim, Christian, or Jew, your community survived because of people who chose courage in the face of persecution. Every right you enjoy today came because someone, somewhere, spoke up instead of choosing silence, when silence would have meant loss, death, or erasure. And as Benjamin Franklin once said, justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Injustice doesn't begin with silence. It doesn't begin with cruelty, it begins with silence. It doesn't end when the powerful stop speaking. It ends when the rest of us finally find our voices. Thank you.